Hey, beautiful people. How are you doing? Hey. Welcome to Now It's a Little Late Night Live with Jelly and the awesome, phenomenal Miss Porsche Bailey Brown. Hey, Porsche, how are you doing?
Hello, Queen. How are you doing tonight?
I'm excited. I'm grateful. By the way, thank you so very much for doing this again. Y'all know our weather has been kind of funny here in Tennessee. I don't know where you're tuning in from. And we were having some troubles connecting earlier. But Portia, being the woman that she is like, no, we're going to make this happen. So now it's a little late night chat, which is kind of good because, we're going to let our hair down a little bit and, be a little more relax, zen, hopefully. Knowing Portia, she's probably got some type of fumes or smells or candles or mist or something making it all yummy in there. What you got going on in there, girl?
Girl, right now I'm doing bergamot, which I really, really love, and spearmint because it will just relax your body. It will just, oh, I love it.
What the heck is bergamot?
It's a root, so it's a really good herb. I like it because it's a clarifying herb, and so it helps me sleep at night.
Oh, teach me something. Bergamot. All right. Hey, Aku, what's up? Thank you for joining the late night chat. So excited to see you.
Telling you, Aku has been looking so amazing on Instagram. I've been seeing her serve it, honey.
She
I was like,
has.
yes,
She has been pretty fabulous.
girl, gorgeous.
I know I've been watching the outfits like, okay, yeah, so that and that. I could rock that. Um, and so earlier we were talking about your college. I mean, your aesthetic school and everything that went into that. Happy 6-month anniversary. It's your month anniversary. Um, happy 6-month anniversary for you. I mean, that in itself is so impressive. So impressive.
I must say hi to my big sister. I saw she just jumped on.
Oh, you saw that? Yes. So she says, haha, thanks for gingering me. And your sister says, good evening, ladies. Hey, baby sis. Yes. That is what's up. Lots of love. We definitely want to make sure, y'all, we know it's not early. We know it's kind of late. So we definitely want to make sure that we are letting you know we appreciate you joining in. Here's the love. Love. Share the love.
Yes.
This is sorry, Portia, do you lashes? I've had them before and would like to try it. How long does it last?
Yes, I do. So they last up to 3 months. Your fillings are based off your growth cycle, and you would just want to get them filled in about every 2 to 3 weeks. But I always make my clients take a rest after 3 months. So you get good and addicted to them, and then we're like, we gotta let your lashes breathe.
And okay, from somebody who loves lashes, and there's a certain type of lash that I'm waiting for Portia to get in. They are addictive. I'm talking about like I had to have a come to Jesus with myself. Like, you're still beautiful. This, you know what I mean? Like, it was like almost like a drug. It's just like, don't look at that. I don't have the lashes because they opened my eyes. I mean, I know you're probably like, girl, you got big old eyes. No, honey, they popped. And you didn't need makeup or anything. It was just like, And so,
yeah, you can shower with them. Like, you can go swimming with them. Anything that you would do in your natural day to day with your natural lashes, you can do with these lash extensions. And we get that a lot, Jill. Like, I will have women sneaking through on their lunch break, and they like, girl, they've noticed I'm missing one, so they know they're not mine. I need you to fill it in. And I'm like, okay.
That's hilarious. Aku is pretty excited about that. That's Aku, you're already killing. Yeah, go on and get these lashes to complete the whole thing, honey. The whole thing. You got a birthday coming up too, Aku. Let's go ahead and get you all the way done up. And Portia said that if you made an appointment for this weekend for something, then you could get one of her students would put a wax in there so you can get wax.
We are doing free underarm waxes with the students. I almost feel bad saying that because these girls have excelled. Like, I don't even think my clients miss me, Jelly. Like they just, you're good, baby. Where's Larica? Wait, what?
Are you serious? She's cracking
They
up.
have been amazing. Yeah. So
Wow. But you know what? If that's the case, I mean, I understand the women are probably amazing. I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, I know I definitely know two of them for sure, and I think very highly of them. And so that in itself means that they've had a phenomenal teacher. That in itself means they've had a leader who has taught them, not just taught them, but taught them to trust in themselves, and so that's pretty cool. So we definitely want to give you a thumbs up for that. That means you have done an excellent job as a leader. That's what's up. And so aside from the college, the aesthetic school, and you empowering all these estheticians of color to come out here and save the world for everyone, all shades of melanin. You're just gonna be out here slanging, fixing fade in a grocery store. Excuse me, ma'am. I can fix that. I'm
gonna put that on a t-shirt.
Excuse me, ma'am. I can fix your face. So for those of you who may not be familiar with Porsche, not only is she an author, she's an author. She has her own aesthetic school. She has an amazing spa, multiple locations. But you're also able to help people over the phone or virtually. How does that work?
Girl. So if we're talking from a client standpoint, yes, I am still off Elm Hill Pike, Queen. I am. We have also branched into the Atlanta area, the Memphis area. I'll be in Ohio this weekend. And I'm missing a city, but definitely Clarksville because I just moved here. But so I've been doing this for 10 years, Jelly, 10 years. And the blessing is I'm really able to type a person's skin at 98% accuracy virtually. And so what I do for our virtual clients is when they call in and they book that consultation, they get a complete skin assessment based off their skin, what I'm seeing. Like we do a couple weird exercises, like take the dropper and put it on your cheek so I can see how it absorbs water. Take another dropper and put it there so I can see how you absorb oil. Things that will tell me not just your texture, but about your moisture and water barrier, what your skin conditions are. Are you dealing with hyperpigmentation, eczema, things like that? What your skin type is? Do you tend to be more dry, oily, combination? And then I tell them ingredient wise what to look for. Because the thing I hate is when you go somewhere and they're like, we can help you, but only if you buy our products, right? And so with my virtual clients, which is why I think we've become international very quickly, I give you the ingredients to look for when you go product shopping.
Wow.
I do. Because here's the thing, over-the-counter cosmetics have stepped their games up. You have products like The Ordinary, and I can't really think of another one, but there are some good ones out there that have stepped their game up, and you just need to know what to avoid and what not to avoid. And so my baby's in the UK. I even had a lady right now, she was very not happy with me because she's in Trinidad and Barbados, and I'm not shipping international right now. The shipping rates are not the shipping times are not reliable. And as you know, I have 100% organic products. And if it's broken down by the time it got to you, it was a waste of both of our time and money. But so I try to set them up in a way to where no matter where they get their product, I gave them the knowledge and education to make sure it'd be beneficial.
I think that's an integrity thing too, and a really good lesson, and especially for those of you that are watching the replay. And if you're watching the replay, go ahead and put replay in the well, not now because we're live, but later when you watch this, put the replay in the comments, because basically sometimes it's business when we can be so bent on like international client, this person's over here, oh California, and I'm all the way in Texas, like the integrity though, like you said, the shipping, the temperature, when it gets there, sis, do you really want her testimony? Probably not, because of how it's gonna come out. You know?
And that is true. You have so many. I started to call them babies, but then my age was showing. You have so many business women now who don't take those things into account, and then they get mad when they get that 1-star review. And while it's not your fault, one thing I learned early on is, what is the climate in the place where I'm sending it? If it's 110 degrees, then everything in that product is going to separate. Or if it's below 0, you ain't getting it out the jar. Like, you know what I mean? So I agree. I think integrity is important. It's what helps us grow.
Which is why you've grown. And so, okay, we have the school, we have the books, we have the clientele. Oh my gosh, you're practically touring, going to other places. So what are we doing in terms of pouring back into yourself? And for those who are not familiar with me, hey, my name is Jelly Malanga. I am an intuitive empowerment coach, confidence coach, your confidence bestie. And basically what I'm doing is I'm trying to help you know I am taking the advantage of women that I have been blessed to know. I am bringing them before you so that you can hear from them. These women have been there, done that, are living it now, and they're living their best lives. And I bring them forward so you can live your best life too. They are real, so they're not going to sit here and say, well, I just woke up
and made $1 million.
And made $1 million. And that was the night I slept on my left side instead of the right. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, like, they're going to be real with you. Like, sis, I may have had to work crazy hours that I don't have to work anymore right now. Sis, I may have had to let some people go. I may have had to miss some family events. I may have had to, there are days I fasted, not by choice. There's some days that, I went without. I might have looked shady, shanky. You might have thought I was being, a certain way, but I needed to grow. I may have had to take a setback to heal for a minute. One thing I do love about Porsche personally is she knows how I am, and my personalities go together very well, because we may not touch base for months, but it's not because there's any beef or whatever. She knows, like, honey, I'm dreaming and grinding. I'm doing it. Like, I'm like, hey, Porsche, new show.
You will tell me when you need me.
And that's the beauty of it, because let's be clear, a time is coming. I'm like, hey, Porsche, yeah, I need to make sure I got your spelling right. Your ticket is coming. You need a break. Let's fly out. That's the plan. So you have to grind, not necessarily all night long. God is awake. He's got some things. Pray, let him take some things, rest. Especially those of you in service who don't want you sleepy, falling on people, and then you got a lawsuit. I digress. People who are going to be honest and real with you, so you know that you can achieve what is possible. You keep dreaming, don't stop dreaming. I'm sorry, Aku. It's so true. I had a friend buy whipped shea butter from DC. When it got to Arizona, it was separated from the oils. So yeah, she probably blamed the person. Was like, oh, gross. Give me my money back.
That is so true.
Hey,
that is so, but
I
want to hit on something you were saying about self-care. Girl, I feel like I made a point earlier and I went real dark on you real quick. When we were talking about women, like your face earlier was like, didn't see that one coming. But
I'm an empath, so you gotta be careful what you say. I be going on there and start crying.
No, it's empire building, right? Because if I told you, and I know Jelly told y'all were really good friends, so I can be raw and honest. If I told you, like, I always had those self-care moments, I would be lying. So I can't get on your show and lie. You know what I mean? But I think it's because, okay, twofold. You either going to be a businesswoman or you're going to play business. You heard me say that before. And I think for me, there's a difference between creating a job for yourself and being an entrepreneur. And an entrepreneur will create the system so that someone else can run it. If you just stop tomorrow and start a business and no one can run it but you, that's still a job. You know what I mean? Like you're still going to work 9 to 5 to overtime. Now, the goal for most entrepreneurs is to take that business from a job to a self-running establishment. But that's where serial entrepreneurs come from, because once you've done that, now what? You know what I mean? You can't kind of sit still. It's what's next. And I'm in that what's next. Like, sis, Aesthetics by P. Brown is a day spa. It is a school. It's a lifestyle. It's a tribe. It's a movement. And every point of my success has been something that I've shared with the tribe. And right now, that stage that I'm in is that stage of financial blessings. And so I'm in the process of starting a commercial real estate investment group that everyday women can buy into. And then what we're going to do is buy these duplexes and turn them into Airbnbs or just rent them out and split the profits. Because I don't think we as a community realize the leverage you can have if you buy as a group. Like, one person, it'll cost $100,000. But if you got 100 people throwing in $1,000,
well,
you see what I'm saying? And so my self-care, honestly, Jill, if I'm honest with you, and I'm going to be, because if it was anyone else, I'd be like, I sleep 8 hours a day.
I'll be like,
my self-care right now is taking gratification and knowing we help people become more secure in themselves, mentally, physically, spiritually. Anyone who watches our live and our IGTV know that at least once a month on Saturday morning, I pray over people's finances. I pray over their mental stability. And being in a position where God has made me the lender and not the borrower. Being able to tell these girls, you could come to school, and God has put us in the position where we are your student loan. We'll finance this, but you got to bring me a working budget. You know what I mean? To be in a position where we can watch people reach financial success, debt free, and then come and sit, paint, and act a fool with us after, because it's a celebration. You know, like, this really has become a giant. I have a family, Jelly, that's 316,000 strong. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only self-care I got right now.
okay, so that's not good. But the good thing is, but it's beautiful. It's so beautiful.
It's true. I knew you were going to take me to task, but it's true. Like, but I plan to retire at 45, so they better give me what they can.
I feel like there's healing in the honesty. Because, I mean, and that's the thing, though, because people are so big on this. So I'm a boss. I'm a boss. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you understand what it takes to be a boss? Like, I love how you said, okay, if you haven't put in a structure to where, somebody else can run it, baby, that's still a job, because you still have to do every single part. And if you're doing every single part, then you're not really winning. But at some point, I love how you're like, yes, you've been working like this. I put this stuff aside. You're empowering people. And I mean, you're recognizing like, yeah, my self-care may not be where it needs to be. I mean, sometimes that's great, because that reminder, sometimes we get in a grind or we forget, like, wait. But like you said, you're praying, and I do not believe that God is going to have you praying over all these people's finances and their mental health, and he not remember you as well. Like,
I
he's
think
just
you
not
are
like
a good reminder. Like, he sends you to me for that. Because, Joe, you will pop up at the day spa and be like, have you eaten? What did you do today? How much sleep? Even for this live, like, you see me jumping from one task to the next, and you're like, did you get rest? How did your day flow? But people need that. Like, I think so many people are trying to be Instagram entrepreneurs that you know what it is? They see Z but they rarely see B through X. You know what I mean? So you don't understand what it took to get there. So God put people in your life like you, who is a nurturer and will be like, go eat a sandwich and don't make me come down there.
I'm saying, watch something on, TikTok that makes you laugh or shake your shoulders a little bit. I mean, the only place, my mother used to say this thing when she read somewhere, the only place where success comes before work is in the dictionary. That's the only place where it happens. And work without faith is dead. But then we also we have to put the work in, we have to have the faith, and then we have to have the balance. And what I do know is that you are a balanced person. And when your balance is off, you do whatever you need to do. You know what I'm saying? To get back in line because you feel it. Everything is off. Even if you have to give disclaimers. Everybody, I'm off today. We just gonna do this. Don't piss me off. It's just, I mean, the happy disclaimer, and people look at you sideways, and I'll tell people like, today is not the day. I'm hormonal, I'm hormonal. It's not a good day.
I don't feel like kikiing today.
No, hey girl, hey today. No hey girl, hey. Maybe just one hey. Hey girl, hey.
That is
but
true.
You have to be honest with yourself. And I mean, I do want to definitely make sure I say something, because one thing that Porsche has not mentioned, I have mentioned, I put on the flyer, is she is a business mentor and has a whole lot of women who she's helped launch their businesses. Some of them are thriving, and I'm praying all of them will thrive in their own ways. But one thing we need to understand is everything you're interested in does not have to be your business. Some things can just be a hobby, sis. You know what I'm saying? You make good fried chicken. That don't mean you got to be the next, let me bring little, what's the lady? I used to love her. She had the really good wings. Anyway, Winners, Mrs. Winners. Like, you're not the next Mrs. Winners.
That's not where I thought you.
just make good chicken. You know what I'm saying? Feed your family. But I mean, I'm just saying, like, what do you do when you come across those people that every single hobby is just like, oh, I got a name for it. Like every single hobby.
So here's the thing that I tell all my mentees. I'm that auntie, sister, friend that's going to tell you what you need to hear, but maybe necessarily don't want to hear. And I come across that more often than not. And I think the problem is perspective, right? Because right now, everything in the world is saying be an entrepreneur. Everything in the world is saying it's as easy as starting a website or a Facebook, and people are getting into business without defining their business. So, like, at what point do you consider yourself a success versus the world considering you a success? Because the IRS says if you make less than $3,000 a quarter, they all fucking hobbies. You know what I mean?
Which is so sad because, I mean, just saying, some of us, we celebrate the whole, like, yes, I may have made $1,200 or $2,000 this quarter, and the IRS is like, that's great.
Celebrating it doesn't mean getting comfortable in it.
That's right.
Some people get comfortable in that 3,000. And so I tell my mentors, if your sales are less than the checks I sign on payday, we ain't arguing about nothing. You ain't made it there yet. You know what I mean? Because for me to pay out, I pay out.
You ain't got to tell your business.
No. But I'm like, this is what people need to know. When your employer signs your paycheck, it means they made 3 to 10 times what they're paying you.
That's right.
So if, hypothetically, because this number is way lower than what I actually pay, if I'm paying out $3,000 every 14 days, why am I going to argue with someone who is comfortable only making $3,000 every 90 days. What is your definition of success? Because in order to pay out $3,000, I needed to generate 30 to 90. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So, what is your definition of success? Where are you getting comfortable? And then for me with mentoring, it's like if you're not trying to elevate past that, then it's a waste of my time and energy to give it to you. And I'm biblical. You know this, I'm an ordained minister. And the Bible told me in Matthew not to give my pearls to swine or bones to dogs. And your pearls are your pearls of wisdom, and your bones is your hard labor and work. You heard your grandma say, girl, he worked me to the bone. I'm not going to work for someone or waste my intellectual properties on someone who doesn't understand that they need to grow that hobby into a business.
Or just enjoy the hobby, sis.
Yeah,
Just enjoy the
because
hobby.
it's dope if you're making money off something you enjoy and you
Enjoy
ain't
the
trying to.
hobby. Enjoy the extra lunch. If that's how you got to get your hair done twice this month, you may have been able to get your locks retwisted. I don't know. Nails filled,
Or
you
put
know.
money aside, saved up, invest the money from the hobby in the index funds and triple it. Like there's so many, it doesn't make you less that it's a hobby. But I love it, honey. Jelly, can I say I'm loving your earrings? I keep looking at your earrings. That's why I keep touching my ears because I'm like, they're gorgeous.
You know, I have a thing for print. Stay tuned. Yeah, I have a thing for print, and I'm getting ready to start a hobby. So I'm very excited. So I'm
You're
very
also my friend, which means it's not going to stay a hobby for long.
I got a little nice bag of print scraps here, and so shout out to those who contributed, especially Aku's one. And so yeah, I'm dibbling dabbling in a little jewelry making, and so we'll get a little hobby. Stay tuned.
They're gorgeous.
Thank you. I didn't make these. You know, we'll try it. We'll try it. Let me not be out here fronting. No, we. I didn't make these. These cost a lot less than mine will cost. But I know earlier I asked you. It was so funny. I was asking you about what your if you could be a favorite animal, what would an animal be? And it was so crazy. I always get some crazy answers with that. You gave me like some mixed animal thing going on. And then there's somebody else was like there could be a gazelle, Giselle, different animals. And so, how do you like your eggs?
Over medium?
Would that be scrambled, sunny side up, poached?
Fried over medium, where they're cooked on both sides, but the yolk is still a little runny.
All
That was
right.
just a random question.
It is. It's a random question. I mean, because the thing is, there's so much knowledge and so much wisdom. But one of the things that I mean, and she's used to me, y'all. So don't be like, man, she's such a weirdo. At the end of the day, who you are still matters. What you like still matters, because sometimes we get so caught up being a boss, being a wife, being a mom, being a teacher, being a host, being whatever, pushing. But at the end of the day, we're still us. We're still who we are, and who we are still matters. So if you like your eggs, fry a little bit on this side, flip it, fry a little bit on this side, but don't push it down because she wants the yolk to run out when she cuts it. That's important. That matters.
I just want you to know I'm going to start just asking random questions in the middle of conversations.
That's what I do. And you get.
I know that's what you do. So when you see me doing it, you're going to be like, I saw you. I'm going to do talk of the town and be like, so Meryl, what type of animal would you want to be?
Yes, you could be any animal, just any animal. If your skin could be any color, what color would it be? If you could be any color, just like, what's your favorite shade of blue? I mean, those are little things that I think is just fun to think about, especially when we get stressed. Sometimes I may sit and be like, well, why do I like that kind of bacon? It's just so like, I mean, I'm not endorsed by anybody, so I won't necessarily shout out, but there is a store that requires a membership. It has sausage links. It's not bacon. It looks like bacon. It smells like bacon, but it's sausage. And so I got introduced to it. And then when I went on vacation, I'm like, we're going to have sausage links. And then like when I went home the other day for some funerals we had, and I was like, Mom, I brought you some sausage links, you know. And I mean,
wait, off air, I'm going to need to know this story.
Hey, Lori, how are you? And so it's still good to see you. Late night, hey. And so it's just one of those things that it's like just finding time to get excited about the little things. Someone else might be like, girl, it's sausage that looks like bacon. So what? And I'm like, girl, it's another reminder that we can be fabulous in multiple ways. I don't have to just be a link. I don't have to just be a patty. Do you know what I'm saying? I can be a whole strip if I want to be. You know what I mean? Be that sausage, sis. Be that sausage. That's what I'm saying. You know, like you expect me to come one way, and and it came this way, and it was fabulous. And I think that's such a good little mindset to think about. Like, business may not be going the way you want to this way, or these ideas are not working this way. Switch it around, sis. Don't be a patty. Don't be a link. Don't be a link. Be a strip. That's what I'm saying. That's really what I'm saying. That is really what I'm saying.
I want you to know that I'm going to restrict all your wine usage.
You are no link. No, these sausage links are delicious. The strips, yes. Oh yeah, don't be a link. You don't have to be a sausage patty link. You could be a strip.
Lori, we are definitely strips.
It's sausage, but it looks like bacon. It tastes like bacon. It smells like bacon. It's like bacon with a hint of sausage. It is my new thing.
Okay.
It's great, and that's all I'm saying. Just switch it around. Change it up a little bit.
I was just going to tell people to drink water and mind their coins, but your analogy is better.
I'm just saying, you may have thought this was the way you needed to come to be successful. You can still be that delicious sausage, just packaged a different way for those who want to get excited and do something different, Yeah. It's already fully cooked. It comes fully cooked. I heat it up in the microwave.
Tell us the store so we can all go buy these.
It's Costco. It's Costco. It's Costco. It's Costco. I'm just saying.
I thought you were gonna say like Jimmy Dean.
That's the brand. That's the brand. I wasn't gonna say the brand, but that is the brand. It is Jimmy Dean sausage strips.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Go look for them. I got a Costco card. It's a done deal.
That's all I'm saying. And you're welcome. When you do this, if you don't eat pork, I'm sorry. They don't have a beef kind. But it is they don't have turkey. I don't believe in turkey bacon. But I mean, it's just the whole thing of coming a different way and still being fabulous. Coming a different way and people still getting excited. Finding your new tribe. Hey, I'm their new tribe. They don't know.
Yep.
And so I just appreciate your coming on here, especially today, and being authentic and sharing. Now we know how you like your eggs. So it's like, okay, hey, they can feel like they're your friend as well. As your friend, I didn't know you like your eggs that way, and that's good to know because I like everything hard. So, I'm like, okay, now I know if I cook Porsche some eggs, I can't do it my way because she likes the yolk to break
it in. You wouldn't have known I would have ate them eggs like they was the best eggs ever because I'm from the South and my mama raised them.
Yeah, then you go home and be like,
some good eggs.
Then you go home and want somebody to cook it for you properly because you didn't have it the way you wanted it at that person's house. I don't trust them Southerners. So, do you think you've already showed us where you see yourself in the next 5 years or so? You're going to be retiring in a little over 5 years. And you've already shared in terms of like relaxation, working hard, pouring into yourself, the properties, all this kind of stuff. That is so fun. What is a song that you use to hype you up and keep you going?
Boss by K Michelle. It's an old song too. It came out in the 90s.
I don't think I know that.
Girl, the song, she's talking about how she gets all this stuff done, but there's a point in the song where she's like, I'm stunting like my daddy. And anyone who knows me and knows my family dynamics knows, like, my father was the real MVP. I don't know why this one lock is like, I'm going to stand straight up. It's 11 o'clock at night. And the one thing he has helped mold me into the businesswoman that I am and the thought process that I have. And I take pride in that, even when other people don't understand it. Because for years they'd be like, she just do whatever her daddy says. Well, you're broke. He's not. Guess whose advice I'm going to take? You know what I
No.
mean? And I'm glad I did, because, I don't need daddy's money anymore. But so I like K Michelle's Boss. Like, that's my hype song.
That is awesome. So y'all look up the whole K Michelle's Boss. I'm asking that really because I'm trying to come up with a playlist for boss women. And so I've been asking people like what song they like so I can go do a whole playlist so that we can just start waking up and after you've, given honor to whomever you serve, no discrimination. But just the shake it, get in there. Get it going. Lori, if you're still on, I know you like to dance, girl. Yes, get in there, shake it, encourage yourself. So I'm going to be adding that song to my Boss Ladies playlist. K Michelle Boss. I appreciate you doing that. All right, if you all can see on the screen, we do have Porsche Brown. Her website is there. It's satisbypbrown.com. And I mean, they do some of everything. They do some of everything. If you want a new butt for the fall, they can make it happen. I mean, they can sculpt your body, every different thing. And pour into yourself. One definite thing, self-care. I'm very big on self-care. Self-care is not just taking a bath, friend.
True.
Let's take care of some things. Go see a doctor. Make sure you're good. Get your teeth cleaned.
True.
We don't making deals and you smile and they're just like, I don't know if this is a good idea. We want to be welcoming them. And so just make sure you take care of you. Porsche, if you could leave somebody with a word for them to kind of take with them throughout the week, maybe even the month, what would you say?
Pray for the tree.
Mm.
And pay your future self with the dividends.
Pay your future self with the That's kind of deep.
I heard a sermon by T.D. Jakes, and he said, people pray for tables. They pray for cars. They, pray for those things. He said, but that's not what God do. God makes trees and then gives us the ability to break that tree down and turn it into whatever we need it to be successful. So while we're praying for the table, we should pray for the tree, because if we get the tree, then we can build the table, the chairs, and the china case from that one tree. And so that's what I do. I don't look for the table. I look for the tree, and then I pay myself with the dividends. So that would be my advice.
That was very impressive. That is quite the tree. I'm going to, throw a little confetti in the air for that, because that was quite impressive. I love that. I absolutely love that. You know what else I love? I love you, Porsche. Thank you so much for being here. All of you all that have commented and hopefully are sharing and hopefully liking this on my YouTube page, Jelly Malenka, and just all of you that kind of came on with us tonight or came on back after earlier. We love you too. Thank you so much. Wouldn't want to do this without you. Couldn't do this without you. Make sure that you are following and connecting with all things Porsche Brown, all things Aesthetics by P Brown, all things PB. EPB University. No, PB. Girl, what's the name of the school?
It's Aesthetics by P Brown University.
I messed up the letters.
University.
I was like, PB. Make sure that you are connecting, because one definite thing to do is connect to something that's doing something. Connect to something that's about something. She also has a nonprofit, Molded from Clay. And it is very clear that once Portia was molded and God breathed into that clay, she took off running to that which he wanted her to do. And we're so excited that you did. And I'm not going to keep you longer because I know you need to rest. And I want you to rest.
Thank you.
And be your best for you. And I'll be telling people that Jelly had me up late last night. I appreciate you being here. Thank you all so much. Please tune in to Dive with Jelly. Happens every Tuesday. Not this time though. 7 p.m. Central Time. This was just a special treat for those of you night owls. We appreciate you being here. Take care and have a good one. See you later. Say bye, Portia.
Bye, Queen. Bye, Tribe.